Nate Danielson, John Leonard return from their stints with the Detroit Red Wings, and Sheldon Dries gets called up.
Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
Welcome back to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. We are a podcast brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network, and we are sponsored by DraftKings. I'm one of your hosts, Connor.
And I'm the other host, Kyle. We're a show brought to you by the fans for the fans. We are not officially partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins or Detroit Red Wings. We bring you the show as general hockey fans. We are season ticket members. We watch a lot of Grand Rapids Griffins hockey. Really paying attention this year as the Griffins have almost broken every franchise record, but not quite. There's plenty to do still. There's plenty of work to be done, and teams got to keep winning, keep this hot season alive.
Yeah, it's sad we've had such a great season, only losing 3 games. That's something to really cheer about. There's not really anything to be disappointed in that. But it is kind of sad that we've came up short a little bit on some records that we could have broke. We left a lot on the table, but I feel like our team's definitely good enough to get those wins, those 2 wins. We had the most win streak going for 15 wins in a row. We tied it, and then we lost the game to actually take the record, and then the same thing happened with the point record. This past weekend, we got shut out against the Stars at home, which was very sad. But
yeah,
I'd rather have this happen now than in the playoffs when it really matters. So I hope we can take these as learning experiences.
Yeah, there are big chances at some big franchise records here, but yeah, I'm sure it's disappointing for Dan Watson. It's a lot of work to get back to get 18 games in a row with points. So that's impressive. And the Griffins here being the fastest team in AHL history to 60 points. Yeah, we're looking at a really good team, and it's possible, but to get back up to the franchise record again, it'll be a tough one.
Yeah, the Griffins are the fastest team ever to reach 60 points, 3 games faster than any other team in AHL history in the 90 years. So that's really something to cheer about. It's not every year you get your Grand Rapids hometown team to literally be breaking records like this. You can't get them all, but there's just a lot to be happy with this team. Another cool thing, Austin Watson got his 100th goal. Nice to see another veteran come in and break another milestone.
Yeah, Austin Watson out of Ann Arbor getting his 100th goal. That's good stuff for Grand Rapids here as his legacy continues to build for us down here. Then we'll kind of get into some of the transaction that's been going around for Detroit and Grand Rapids. We have Nate Danielson being sent down from the Detroit Red Wings along with John Leonard.
So they sent Nate Dog down and they sent Leonard up, and Leonard already played about 7 games, and he can only play 10 games before he's not able to go through without passing through waivers. So the Red Wings ended up sending him down at 9 games, and then you get Sheldon Dries calling him up. So we were talking about how John Leonard left Grand Rapids, goes up to the Red Wings. Sheldon Dries steps it up, and he's player of the week and absolutely destroying it down here. So who's the guy they're going to call up? Sheldon Dries. So Sheldon Dries gets his call up to the Detroit Red Wings, and that'll be really cool to see him play up there.
In other transaction news and kind of in injury report news, we have SHAI BUIUM being activated and sent down to the Griffins from the Detroit Red Wings roster. So good to have and see SHAI BUIUM back out there on the ice again for the Grand Rapids Griffins. What do you think about his first game, Connor?
So he definitely looked a little slow. He's not. I think he kind of came in and he's kind of thinking it's kind of the same team as last year, and things have changed. We got 4 very solid veteran guys, and it's a learning thing. Hasn't played all year. I mean, all these other guys, they've been meshing very well, and we have like a solid room. And you're throwing an outsider into that room. I mean, I know he's been there at practices, just not skating and everything, but still, actually getting in there and doing is a little harder to do. And I think it's gonna still take a little time for him to get into the mix of things a little more and warm up.
Yeah, I agree. I think he looked a step behind at some points during that game versus Texas. It's a rough one to return to, getting shut out, but we're excited to have him back. I mean, the guy's missed 30-something games all season now. It's really good to have him back in the lineup because he's one of the prospects we want to talk about, a second-round pick. And, SHAI BUIUM gets going. He looked really good in the prospect games and in the offseason, so got to keep your eyes on SHAI BUIUM. He's going to return to this lineup and be one of these really high top-tier prospect defensemen to look out for.
Well, at the end of the season last year, we were hoping for Anton Johansson, SHAI BUIUM, William Wallander, Twomey. It's kind of looking like we're going to have a prospect kind of defense, a young defense, but things shifted. He was like, SHAI was kind of looking like our more elite prospect out of the 3. And nice to see him back.
Agreed. So, speaking of the games we have played over the last week, we had 2 matchups against the Texas Stars in Grand Rapids, where the Griffins split matchups 1-1. Griffins win 3-2 in the first matchup on January 7th. And that was a Wednesday game. So winning Wednesday game, if you got your tickets still, you can bring them back to the box office and get your tickets to the next Wednesday game. Just a real quick recap on that game. Andre Becker ended up scoring 2 goals, and thought the Griffins looked pretty good holding off the Texas Stars in this one. It's a pretty even matchup, one where the Griffins seemed like they had a lot of chances early, but goaltenders were relatively solid in this one.
Yeah, and we eventually came out on top. And it's cool to see the return of Cross Hannes back to the Van Andel Arena. He played for the Griffins for like 3 years, and he was a big fan favorite, second-round pick. He was real valuable to us, and then injuries kind of got in the way of that, and he's back home in Texas, so it's really nice for him to be home. There's interviews of him, and he's talking about, oh, yeah, like I get to hang out with my family, and I never got to do that when I was in Grand Rapids. So good for him, and I don't know if it was – I don't watch a lot of Texas, but he was on the front line for some of those games. So
he actually scored in both games here as well. So
yeah,
I think Sebastian Kosa played in the first game and Postava played in the second one. Both goaltenders played rather good, just unable to come up with any sort of offense against Remy Poirier in game 2 there. So that'll kind of get us into the standings and stats.
So yeah, so the Grand Rapids Griffins, they are played 33 games. They are 29-2-1-1. So they have 2 regulation losses now. But they are still in first place with a magnificent gap between anyone else. The next team in second place would be the Chicago Wolves with 38 points, followed closely by the third place Manitoba Moose with 36 points. The Texas Stars now passing the Rockford Ice Hogs and the Milwaukee Admirals. After defeating Grand Rapids, they went to Chicago and took care of them. So they're rising up. Texas Stars are back. And then in fifth place, you got the Milwaukee Admirals with 33 points. In sixth place, you got the Rockford Ice Hogs with 30 points, who have a lot of injuries going on right now. Then the Iowa Wild in seventh place, 24 points.
Yeah, here comes the Texas Stars on the rise, straight out of the bottom. They had a really rough start to the season, and now they are 8 points out of second place. Just goes to show you how fast things can change in this division. I'm just glad that the Grand Rapids Griffins are on top and with quite a lead here, with a 22-point lead from first to second place. So
Yeah, none of these teams are eliminated by any means yet. 5 of these teams make the playoffs, and yes, Iowa Wild are a ways back, but they could take a run here. And if you get on a run that hot at the end of the season, that's dangerous. So, yeah, a lot could happen here still in this division. But one thing's for sure is Griffins are nearing clinching a playoff spot. So we just need to maintain our momentum.
Then we'll look at the AHL as a whole, where the Grand Rapids Griffins are in first place with 60 points. In second place, we have a tie at 49 points. We have the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins and the Providence Bruins that have both had tremendous seasons this year. And then we have the Colorado Eagles in fourth place with 47 points. Ontario Reign in fifth place with 46 points. They are on the rise. Laval Rocket with 45 points in sixth place. And then seventh place, we have the San Jose Barracuda with 43 points. Then we have tied for eighth place, the Bakersfield Condors with 42 points, and the Lehigh Valley Phantoms tied for eighth. And then 10th place, we have the Syracuse Crunch
and Toronto Marlies.
And Toronto Marlies tied for 10th with 41 points.
A lot of ties in there. So let's kind of move on to the stats of the AHL. We have, for points, we have Arthur Kaliev for the Bellevue Senators in first place, tied with Laurent Dauphin of the Laval Rocket, both with 39 points. Third place, we have Jacob Pelletier, 37 points from the Syracuse Crunch. We got fourth place, Quinn Hudson from the Bakersfield Condors with 36 points. Fifth place, we have Tanner Lakinski from the Hendersonville Silver Knights with 35 points. So he's a new name up there in the top 5.
Moving over to goals, where Arthur Kaliev still dominating the league with 23 goals in first place. And then we have in second, Quinn Hudson, Bakersfield Condors, 22 goals. In third place, John Leonard with 24 games played, 20 goals. Alex Belzile from the Laval Rocket with 18 goals. Jason Magma from the Colorado Eagles in fifth place with 18 goals.
So for goaltenders, we have, for goals against average in first place, we have Sebastian Kosa, the big fella. And then with a 1.68, we have second place, Michael DiPietro for the Providence Bruins with a 1.77 goals against average. In third place, we have Carl Lindbaum, the Henderson Silver Knights with a 2.08. Fourth place, we have Jacob Fowler from the Laval Rockets with a 2.09. And in fifth place, we have Sergei Murshov, who has fallen from the top spot with a 2.10, and he plays for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton.
Yeah, Sebastian Kosa now in second place in save percentage, only behind Michael DiPietro, who has a 0.938, beating Kosa by 0.001. So tremendous goaltending around the AHL this year. Love to see it. We'll go ahead and get into the Grand Rapids side of things, where we'll cover points for the team. John Leonard leading your Grand Rapids Griffins in points. He's got 32 points. Dominic Shine in second place with 27 points. Sheldon Dries, now called up to the Detroit Red Wings, in third place with 25 points. Fourth place, Michael Brensig-Nygaard, 21 points. And then fifth place, you have Eric Gustafson with 20 points.
So for our goal scorers, we have John Leonard with 20 goals. Second place, we have Dominic Scheid with 14 goals, tied with Edward Trelmax. Fourth place, we have Sheldon Dries for 11 points. And tied for fifth place, we have Austin Watson and Michael Branson-Nygaard with 8.
And we'll go over the Grand Rapids goaltenders here, where we're getting to see a little more Michael Pastava with 7 games played now, tied with Carter Geilander. So the goals against average for Michael Pastava is a 1.96. He's won 5 of his 7 games with a save percentage of 0.936. Then we have Carter Geilander in his 7 games played with 6 wins, a goals against average of 1.57, and a save percentage of 0.943. And then leading the room, we have Sebastian Cossa with 19 games played, 17 wins, goals against average of 1.68, and a save percentage of 0.937.
And Sebastian Cossa is our only qualified goalie. You have to play 600 minutes to be a qualified goalie, and everyone else has not played that. Carter Geilander is the closest to, and he has 420. So,
and those 600 minutes will just go up as the qualified goalies around the league continue to play games as well. So that should wrap us up for Grand Rapids Griffins stats here and stats around the league. We will get into DraftKings, and when we come back, we will talk about who is hot, who is cold, and we'll pick a random player.
The jaw-dropping moments that make hockey, hockey. Experience them all with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers, this one is for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into 200 bonus bucks if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. Copyright NHL 2025. All rights reserved.
welcome back. We're now going to get into our hot and cold segment. In this segment, we like to pick a player who is fiery hot, a player who is icy cold. This is not a attack on any player by any means. We're just naming a player who could step his game up a little bit. And then we pick a random player. We do that by selecting a random number with a randomizer, and we match it with a goalie. Well, we match it with a player's number, and then we grade that player on a scale of hot to cold. So, who is hot, Kyle?
So today for hot, we have Andre Becker. He's got 6 points in his last 10 games. He has been on fire for the Griffins in this last week, especially in this Texas Stars series where he put in the first matchup, and in the second matchup just looked stellar with some spinning backhand shots on net, great drop passes from back in his own blue line that make it all the way over the heads of the defensemen to wide open players. He was kind of doing it all in that second matchup, everything but getting the puck in the net, unfortunately. So Andre Becker has been increasing the intensity of his play the last couple games, so got to give the shout out to Andre Becker for hot here. Connor, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he stepped up, absolutely. I think at the beginning of the season, he was kind of lost in all the talent of all the veterans with John Leonard and Dominic Shine and Michael Branson Nygaard, Nate Danielson, Carter Mazer, all these dudes that were down here. And then after some dudes started going up to Detroit and he got a little bit more time, I feel like he's found his game and he is looking really good. He was a third round pick last year. So to have him inserted in here and making progress this fast, it's really good. I think he's going to be a really key piece, and I see a lot of high ceiling for this kid.
Yeah, and after last year, I really like that he's finally starting to pick up where he left off. I agree with what you said. That he looked a little bit, trying to figure out the chemistry of the team this year at the beginning, but stayed in the middle six instead of dropping to the bottom six. And he's found some time on the power play, penalty kill, and he's looked good on both ends of the ice, offense and defense. So got to give credit to Andre Becker here for putting together a pretty good season. He's got 3 goals and 16 points through 28 games. So he's on the rise. He's back in the top 10 for stats in Griffins. So
yeah, +6 also. So he's taking care of it on both sides of the puck, on both sides of the ice, and yeah, looking great.
then we can go ahead and cover cold. Who again, cold this week. We're going to talk about Carson Banel, and Carson Banel. Let's just say he's had a pretty great season so far. He's just got 1 point in his last 10 games, and he's in stats. If you look at the leaderboards for the Griffins, he's sitting at +1, which is the biggest outlier here, where the rest of the team is mainly over +5, particularly anyone that's played in the 30-game region. He's by far down at the bottom when it comes to plus minus. So like to see him clean up that side of the play a little bit. I know he racks up a lot of penalty minutes. Some of them are necessary. I love seeing him fight out there. He's been a great physical force this season, but some of the not so smart penalties, got to clean those up.
Yeah, he's been spending most of his time down there on like the bottom line. He's been playing a lot of time. Seager, Doucette, and Rokolski, he's been spending a lot of time. He's done a great job where he's good at, like his aggressive stuff. He's got to have credit due where it is. He's great out there, but he just needs to clean up some of the defensive plays, and he needs to try to get on the scoreboard a little more if he wants to stay up here in the AHL.
Yeah, because I think the biggest factor here, I mean, with the return of some of these players coming off injury, if we get Amadeus Lombardi back, where does he slot in? Because at this point, someone's got to slot out. If Lombardi's stepping in, then someone's got to step out. So who it is, it looks like potentially Carson Banel sits out a couple games. Definitely get him back in there as soon as possible, get the rotation going. But I don't think Lombardi's going to be missing any games once he comes back healthy.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Doucette, Seager, Ryklowski, someone in those bottom lines. I mean, we're going to have to do some rotation. Someone might get sent down to Toledo.
So everyone see number 21, Carson Banel out there. Make sure you cheer Carson Banel on.
He's not number 42 anymore.
And that should bring us to our random player, where we have dialed up this week was number 22, William Vlinder.
Yeah, so William Vlinder, he talk about taking a step up. I'd say he is heating up. He was looking good to start the season for the first couple games, and I feel like he went down into a deeper slump. Kind of got outshined by Tuomisto, who's a prospect in a similar boat. I think he was on cold there. I think we even put him on cold on our podcast here. And then I feel like the last 10 games, he's kind of stepped it up to the point where he's throwing gloves down behind the net. I mean, he was throwing hands. A different side of Vlinder that we haven't really got to see. He comes down, he comes and snipes a goal. He's looked great these last couple games. I'd say he's definitely heating up.
Yeah, for being one of the better skaters on the team, it's good to see that he's finally starting to get rewarded for it. He's put himself in really good positions this season. He's been breaking up defensive plays at the blue line. He's stuck with his guy when he's covering the open man. He's doing all these little right things right as a defenseman. So it's really good to see him finally get rewarded for it on the board, getting that snipe the other night, and then getting in that fight, just getting a little energy in the room for the Van Andel Arena. That was a real fun moment, and the bench got hyped up for him. So gotta love that. And yeah, I'd say William Vlinder is on the rise. He's looking good. Finally, what we want to see out of this man.
Yeah, +10. Can't really ask for much. Like you said, he takes away the play a lot, and great turnaround so far for William Vlinder.
So that should wrap us up for hot, cold, and random.
Get the Griffins earning their wings. So Griffins earning their wings. This is a segment where we like to talk about Griffins trying to make their way into the NHL, or Griffins who have made their way into the NHL. just any sort of Griffins alumni or people trying to earn that spot. So today we're going to talk about Sheldon Dries. Sheldon Dries gets the call up to the Detroit Red Wings. He's played 26 games for the Grand Rapids Griffins, 11 goals, 14 assists, 25 points, and plus 16. He's been on top of the top 5 leaderboards all season long. When John Leonard was up, he was playing really good down here, kind of filling that role, kind of like he did last year until he got called up to the Red Wings. And yeah, I think he's going to be useful for the Red Wings. He'll fill in that spot, and I'm sure he'll make it back down. And it's nice to keep Leonard around.
Yeah, and this isn't Sheldon Dries' first call up to Detroit. He was called up multiple times last year, so hopefully he gets to play a little bit. He's not just sitting on the bench for a healthy scratch, because Sheldon Dries could definitely put the puck and be a solid force for the Detroit Red Wings, just as John Leonard did when he went up. Sheldon Dries proved that when he was kind of left down here as the guy to put the pucks in the net. He certainly did just that, kept the Griffins on the scoreboard, and it's been really good to see him take a leadership role in this Grand Rapids room, being there night in, night out. Gosh, gotta love to see him get the call up. And like I said, just hope he gets to get some game time. And it is one of those moves where John Leonard has got his 9 games played. They don't want to play him the next game, so then they can't drop him through waivers without him getting claimed, most likely. So being able to have this arsenal of players that you can call up throughout the year, you're looking at Sheldon Dries getting his chance now. And, if he gets to his 10 games, then time to call up Max.
Yeah, Max would absolutely be a player that should be having a look for a call up. Dominic Shine, another guy. I mean, obviously the Dominic Shine being captain obviously affects that. You don't really want to be calling your captain up and down all the time. But, I'm sure he'd do it. I'm sure he's down to go up and play for Detroit.
Yeah, being that he just got that contract as well. Dominic Shine just signed that 2-year contract extension. So definitely someone the Red Wings would take a look at. So that should wrap us up for the Griffins earning their wings section.
And that will get us to our final section, penalty box. So welcome to the penalty box. This is the final segment of every episode. We like to take the biggest idiot of the week and throw them into the penalty box for a 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or a game misconduct. Kyle, who are you throwing into the sin bin?
Well, I was watching the Red Wings game the other day, and I noticed someone on their trip to the penalty box. And you got to be careful of those penalty box doors, because they will get you when Ben Sherratt walks through and slams the official in the doorway. It was a funny sight. I'm glad the dude was okay, because he slammed that door pretty hard. He was obviously pretty upset with the call. But Ben Sherratt, 2-minute minor for slamming the door on the NHL official in the penalty box with you.
Yeah, not good. Be careful in those boxes. Never know.
It certainly was a chuckle.
So, all right, let's go to my penalty box. I'm going to throw in the scheduling once again. I know I've kind of attacked the Griffins scheduling a lot this year with all the Sunday games and stuff. But yeah, I'm throwing in there hasn't really been many post-game skates or anything this year, except for the first game of the year. But now it seems like every weekend they're doing some skate. They did the skate after the game on New Year's. They did the player skate with the season ticket members the next weekend. And now this next coming weekend, the Great Winter Skate, which is in Rosa Park Circle. Yeah, all the players coming out. You got one player staying out there for an hour at least, all through the night for 24 hours straight. But yeah, it's just it seems like this schedule is a lot of stuff is crammed in. It seems like there's a lot of minutes where there's nothing going on, and all of a sudden it's like you got to do this, and this, all skating in one weekend. And yeah, I just wish they kind of split it up a little more, like once a month have a skate.
Yeah, I mean, I could hear you. The one I want to tack another 2 minutes on for you here too, if you will take it. The post game skate for the fireworks. Like maybe we shouldn't be skating in firework fart fumes.
Yeah, I remember walking down to the lower bowl and I was like, it smells like someone farted. And I was like, oh, it's just the firework fumes.
Yeah, I mean, you're just out there, you're exerting yourself, obviously you're just kind of skating around, but you're just kind of inhaling all those firework fumes, and it got me questioning things a little bit.
Yeah, so having the box for scheduling everything in a row there. So 2-minute minor. So Kyle's saying double minor. So double minor. To try to make this schedule a little more friendly. Split it up a little bit.
Well, I guess the more the merrier. So
Yep, but we can't ask for much because it's not really our say or any of the fans' say. I mean, they're their organization.
You get what you get and you like it.
Beggars can't be choosers. So that should wrap us up for this episode. The Grand Rapids Griffins will be taking on the Milwaukee Admirals on Tuesday, January 13th at 8 p.m. And then that weekend, Friday, the Grand Rapids Griffins will host the Rockford Ice Hogs at 7 p.m., $2 beer, $2 dogs. And then Saturday, they'll host the Milwaukee Admirals for the old-time hockey giveaway. It's a nice, cool-looking hat. And then after that, the Great Winter Skate runs all night. It's that skate I was just talking about. One player comes out for every hour, so you have 24 hours to skate with the Griffins all night, 10 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday to Sunday. Yeah, come on out and attend that and skate with some Griffins players. You can get autographs. You can talk to the players about what it's like to be a hockey player. It's just a really cool experience that you don't really get to experience in all professional sports. So come on out, come support the Griffins, have a blast, watch some of the best hockey in America right now.
Yeah, so that Griffins Great Skate, definitely one of the most underrated events that we have. The 24 hours, you get to pick and choose who you want to skate with. You go down there, and it really is one of the coolest things in sports, being able to have the top prospects from the Detroit Red Wings down here right on Rosa Parks Circle skating around, where you can come up and talk to them, and it's a great time. Like I said, underrated event. I don't think it's the Lions or the Tigers really have an event like that, so, or their affiliates. So definitely gotta get down here and make it to the Great Skate. It's a bunch of fun, and we enjoy it as the Pipeline Podcast. So let's get this one wrapped up and out of here. Hopefully the Griffins win these next couple of games and get another streak going. Go Griffins.
Go Griffins.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like and follow us on Facebook and X, or call into the show and have your opinion heard. 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you, AHL.com, NHL.com, ETL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.